Hi, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to teach you how to make the easiest dinner that you could ever make for your family. It's black beans with rice, and I put some tomatoes in there, some olives, some parsley. It's delicious. It takes about 15 to 20 minutes to cook, and I'm going to start by first putting some oil in a pot. Make sure it's a pot that has a good cover or good lid, because this has to cook covered. So I'm putting about 2 tablespoons of olive oil in a pot, and you get to choose. If you want to make it a little bit more budget friendly, you can use regular oil, vegetable oil. And now I'm going to put in about 1 cup of onions, white onions, yellow onions, whatever you have on hand, and about 4 cloves of garlic. I like my food garlicky, so I'm also adding some red bell pepper, about 1 cup as well, diced pretty finely because it's nice to have little bits of food. And now I have some chipotle pepper there. If you like it spicy, add it, but it's optional. If you're making this for kids, this recipe is very easily doubled, so it's very easy to adjust the ingredients. If you're making it for kids, I would say don't put in the chipotle, but if it's for adults, or if you have kids who like spicy food, the chipotle pepper is delicious. I love it. I put it in everything that I make for myself. My family doesn't really like it, but when I'm cooking for myself, that's what I use. So you let this saute for about 3 to 4 minutes, and you'll see that the onion will become translucent. I'll let it cook for a little bit. As you can see, now it's been 3 or 4 minutes. Everything looks cooked, and I'm adding about 1 cup of crushed tomatoes. And you can also use tomato sauce, but that makes everything very saucy, and it gives some liquid so that the rice can cook well. So everything cooks in one pot. It's super easy. And now I'm adding about 1.5 cups of chicken broth. And you can use water as well if you don't have chicken broth on hand. You can use a bouillon cube, whatever you have will work for this. And now I'm adding 1 can of black beans. And you can feed 2 to 3 people with the amount of food that this makes, because the rice expands a lot. So as I said, this is very budget friendly as well. So if you're looking for cheaper meals to make for your family, this is the way to go. And now this is 1/2 cup of rice. Make sure you wash your rice. You never know, where it's been in warehouses and it's not washed before it comes to you. So you always make sure that you remember to wash your rice. Make sure you keep that sanitary. So this is going to come up to a bubble here. It takes a little bit. I have this over about medium-high heat. So it happens pretty quickly, but that's going to depend on your stove. If you have a flame instead of an electric stove like I have here, the time will vary. So make sure that you let this come up to a bubble, and then you're going to lower the heat. This can stick on the bottom, so you can also lower the heat to low, and then make sure if you're around the kitchen doing something else that you stir it once in a while. That will help it not stick to the bottom. But just keep an eye on it. If you're off doing other things, you can just let it come up to a bubble, and then I think you're going to see me here lowering the heat, and making sure that it's covered, because you need that steam in order to cook the rice. So this will cook for about 15 to 20 minutes until the rice is cooked. Then you uncover it, let it sit for 10 minutes, and then you put in your additions. I like to put in about 1/2 cup of black olives, or Spanish olives are also really good in this. The green ones with the pimento stuffing, they're awesome. And then some parsley just to wake everything up, about a handful chopped up. And there you have it. It's super easy, super simple. You can make this in about 5 to 7 minutes, and then just, it takes about 25 minutes to cook if you include the time that it needs to set, and that's the final product. It's a great meal for a family, especially if you're cooking. If you have 3 or 4 kids and you need to cut back on the budget, everybody knows how expensive food has become. So this is very filling. You only need a salad and some bread, and you'll be all set. If this is your first time here, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure that you'll be getting some more of my videos. I try to post a couple of times a week. Thank you for being here.